beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel Life Digest with Majin, and I'm super excited again to have you on board, and thank you for already subscribing. That means a lot. Now, to make me feel much better, ask somebody who hasn't yet subscribed to also subscribe and share this link as much as you can. Today we are going to be sharing about something really expensive. Yes, something to do with money, exciting at the same time. Money making and career growth. What would you choose? Under normal circumstances, people say it is better for you to make money because money is everything. And to some extent, I agree with them. You will find out later why. And on the other hand, some people say money cannot buy all the happiness. You need something else. And to some extent, I believe they are right. Now ask me, what would I choose? Of course, there is something that I pick and I will share with you at the end of this show. So make sure you watch this video until the end. But before we get into what to choose and what not to choose, have you ever wondered what exactly do they mean when they say career growth? Well, in my opinion, I believe career growth is anything to do with your career. Like you focus on getting more skills, on getting more degrees if possible, on actually growing your knowledge in every aspect possible. But when it comes to money making, you just drop everything else and do everything you can in your power to get that cash coming in. But before I tell you what and why I would pick what, let me tell you a story. Back then in school, in my senior 4 level, there was a guy who is currently my friend up to date, by the way. Shout out to you, Samuel. Now this guy, he was unfortunate and he couldn't make it to HSC, that is senior 5 and senior 6. But he managed to use all the skills he had to get some money. Now, at senior 4 vacation, as we were proceeding with school, Bambi, this guy, went into a shop. Like, you know how people who are building, they need those people to help them around. So he was one of the servants on an arcade building. And then he was more like, actually in Uganda, babaita baposi. And as if that was not enough, he went ahead to fetch water for different people around the neighborhood. He got his company, put it together. When I was in my first year at campus, I contacted him. We actually met in some private place because we were talking about some things and trying to organize a reunion. The guy was loaded. I was in my first year at campus. I had no job. At that point, I was even done with media. I wasn't doing things club because when I joined campus, I put everything on hold to focus on what I wanted. Being a medical person, I needed 24/7 concentration, so I put everything on hold to build my career. But this guy was doing great, and up to date, he's doing great. Some things have changed with him. Some things haven't, but what's most important to him, he has the satisfaction. He goes ahead and tells me, Imagine, I have my money. What else am I looking for? Now, for people who want money making as their priority, ask yourself, does it make you happy? Because to him, he says it makes him happy. Secondly, do you get the fulfillment you have? To him, he says it does so. But in my opinion, to other many people that I know, they say when you have the money, you can access everything you want. When you have the money, you can even give back because money will be making itself more as you're busy giving back. But to other people who are after career, they say, if I get as many PhDs as I can, if I get as many degrees I can be happy. Now, putting all that together, this is what I personally came to learn about this whole saga. It is so tricky, almost impossible to pick between money making and career growth. And for me, it was, and it is still, you get. But these are the few tips that I have learned along this journey when I'm trying to decide what to pick and what not to pick. Number 1, age group. Your age group matters a lot. Those days when you are young, you're trying to find yourself, to discover yourself, it is okay to try as many career as possible, try this and that, you get, because you don't know and you have some more time ahead of you, you get. But when you're in your 30s, I would like to think, or late 20s, at that point, you need to cut and start focusing also on the money part. Because here's the thing, At this point, you're supposed to be established. At this point, you are supposed to be like giving back. You get like you have a vision, you already know what you want and what you're supposed to do, which is not the case for somebody younger. So as you're younger, remember, you don't know what to do, you're mixed up, it's a lot going on. It is okay to do the career path, but as you age, see and ask yourself, one, what gives me more happiness? What makes me feel more fulfilled? If it's still career, go ahead with it. But when you're in your 30s and you have had so much experiences and you feel you want to build yourself, I would suggest focus on something that will bring you some more money. And when I say money growth, or let's say getting more money, I don't mean do everything bad. I mean, it's like you can choose not to do the career you started for. If you did, let's say, accounting, and you feel accounting is not giving you the money you want, it is okay to cross over to business. You get it is okay to decide to learn probably something new about business and do that, as long as it's going to bring you the money you want and sustain you. That's what I'm trying to mean when I say cross over. Number 2, ask yourself what motivates you. Different people are motivated by different things. I remember back in school when I was at campus, there was this lecturer who was amazing. He was a very old gentleman. I still remember him up to date, and he was driving a very old Pajero. But every time he came into our lecture, he was actually teaching us research. He would write all his, titles on board. He'll be like, I have a PhD in this, I have a degree in this, I have a master in this. And he was genuinely happy. But in my mind, I was thinking, come on, this guy has all these things, but look, check the life he's living. It wasn't like adding up to me. And for me, I was like, no, I would rather not have all those things and have a good life than have all those things and not know. But right now, when I think about it, I realize that to him, that was his motivation. Like, feeling and knowing that he has all these things with him, all these PhDs, all these degrees, that motivates him. And feeling like he has all that keeps him going. Now, to somebody else, it would be like, if I can't have that and feel motivated. That's why I say, if you feel money motivates you, go for something that is going to help you earn more living than just building your career. Because at the end of the day, it's about where you will feel more happier and fulfilled in life. Number three, what responsibilities do you have? Well, different people have different responsibilities. You could be there and you're dad, for example. You have children, and now ask yourself, what is their age bracket? You get, what are you planning for them? What do you want to offer them? What kind of education? What kind of future do you want for them? And trust me, if whatever you are telling yourself or whatever you want is way bigger and it's going to need funding, trust me, you may have to check and see if you stick to career growth or money making. Because in my opinion, if you are in that position, money making should be one thing you choose or tend to prioritize. Because if you do not, you're not going to fulfill all these dreams. You're not going to achieve or maximize or be able to satisfy the people who are your beneficiaries. Now, the responsibilities you have will also contribute whether you go the career way or the money making. But if you choose in this place to do the career growth thing, I'm tempted to think you're going to spend a lot of time putting into it, going back, and you're going to deprive your family this thing, unless you don't want to give it to them. But if you really want to, you need to strike. Number 4, what are your long-term goals? Now, every now and then, I personally set goals. I have weekly goals, I have daily goals, I have monthly goals, and I have long-term goals. Now, ask yourself, what are your long-term goals? How long from now do you see yourself retiring? And how do you want to live after your retirement? Do you want to live a simple life? Do you want to live an isolated life? Do you want to be in a very calm, quiet, your own self-life? Or you want to live big when you retire? Do you want to continue working forever, or you want to retire at some point? Now, here's the thing. If your plan is to retire at some point, you need to start focusing on how to earn and be able to sustain yourself then when you retire. But if your plan is to work for as long as you live, then probably by now you can continue with your career growth, such that after you're done at any point, whatever age you may be or time, you will still be able to work and live life the way you do it. So your long-term goals actually matter a lot when it comes to choosing which of the two. everyone in life was blessed with people around them, and this can be friends and family. I mean, people who have your best interest at heart. Consult them if you're in a dilemma, because some people really want to grow their career, but at the same time they need the money, you get. And sometimes it could be intertwined in a sense that you may not be able to have both. For example, we see that some jobs whereby if you stick to doing them, the pay is not going to add up to what you really want. When there will be need for you to transfer or maybe choose a different career path. But if you're not sold to a different career path and you really want to do the one you're sold to, ask your friends and family and ask them their honest opinion. These people are always there for a reason. They will tell you what's the real thing you should do, because if you do not ask them, you may blunder. Sometimes they may tell you to choose a path which will be hard, but as long as you know that it's for your good, take it up. And that leads me to the next, which is number 6. Trust your instincts. Usually these instincts are there to guide us. Personally, I'd like to think that my instincts are like close with the Holy Spirit, and when they are talking to me, it's more or less like the Holy Spirit himself telling me what to pick. Your instincts will direct you. They will help you choose the right thing in the right time. So with that being said, I want you to know that career growth and money making are two twisted things, you get. They can cause dilemma in some cases if you do not handle them well. But if you decide and handle them well in the way and put all these factors that I have shared with you into perspective and ask yourself, you will find that you have a clear direction, a clear path on which to do and which to take. Never forget in everything that the country we are living in is changing, and things are changing also worldwide. So that's why you find out that people study different things, but they are going ahead to study different courses online, because to them, if they added that onto whatever they have, it will earn them more. So in the end, you realize that they're after and they're chasing after money, you get. Now if you're stunted in where you were and you're like, I in the situation, right? In other words, I am not changing, I will be here, it could be tricky. But in everything, ask yourself these questions. Are you feeling yourself like you're fulfilled? Do you feel fulfillment in everything you're doing? Are you happy? Now if that is a check and check, find a way on how you can have a financial compensation in what you're doing. And for those of you who have not yet taken up any career and you're still wondering, for those who are still in school, which career path should I take? I would say pick the one that will weigh up with the finances you want to take. Yes, they exist. They're hard, but they exist. With that being said, thank you for watching Life Digest this week. Don't forget to share with your friends who you want to develop or grow in this area of their lives. Invite, share, like, post, and we will be grateful. Until next weekend, part 1, stay blessed. I am Madrin Mwanguzi.